prodbyt back with another one, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I make a commercial drill beat. Yeah, you might not have heard that one before. A commercial drill beat, that's a beat like bandokaytypebeat. I'll put that right here. You know, very friendly, you know, audience friendly, nothing too heavy like the regular drill beats and chinging and dashing and this kind of stuff that you hear. I mean, they might still talk about that in the commercial one, but because the beat is light, I feel like people don't really pay as much attention to it, and it's just more friendly for a wider audience, you know what I mean? Let's get straight into it. As usual, I'm gonna break down the melody, then the drums, and then of course some of the voxes that I used within the beat as well. So
These two may be alone.
that's all it is. Now, I'd say this is a relatively simple beat, simple melodies. Let's start off with the first melody right here. I got this off of Splice actually. It's called a melodic vocal stack. I got this sound off of Splice. Sounds like this. Yeah, it kind of just goes like that throughout. Yeah, so that's the first instrument, and then we've got this counter melody playing underneath it like this. That's just a guitar that I also got off Splice. You can see right here what it's called if you want to find it as well. As for effects on those two, just a parametric EQ. You can see I cut out a frequency right here that I didn't like. It's like a ringing sound. And then here we've got a fruity phaser. I don't know, I feel like it added some variation. And then we've got the fruity love filter. That kind of changes the dynamics and as well as the texture. So without everything, just to give you an idea, very harsh, but with everything it's much more softer. And then with the second counter melody, pretty much the same thing, parametric EQ, bit of reverb. I put a flangus on this as well and a stereo shaper just to widen the sound a bit. So without everything, versus with everything, it's much more softer, you know, blends in much more nicely. That's why I did it like that. After that, the only other melody that we have, actually this is a melody as well, I guess. It's like a little kind of like Game Boy vibes. This beat is actually called Rainbow Road, like because it reminded me of the Rainbow Road in Mario Kart. So yeah, the visuals I used for the beat is also that as well. I haven't actually posted it on my Beats channel yet, but I'll insert a clip of it right here. I posted it on TikTok. In case you want to follow me on TikTok, I post all kinds of content on there as well. So yeah, right there. Okay, 1 minute. In fact, before we even play that, let me play this one. So this is the third counter melody. It's kind of just following on from this one, but just slightly different octaves, playing kind of harmonizing with the first counter melody. So if I kind of play those two together. And on that one is just a parametric EQ really. You can see I just always cut out some lows, kind of dip the highs here a little bit because too much resonance. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's that one there. And this instrument I got from Nexus. Actually, is it this one? Yeah. It's called, got it from the Epic Pad section, called the PD Unicorn right there. Then we got this Game Boy kind of sound over here. That end bit is my favorite part. It's very much Game Boy like. So quite a unique beat, I would say. I did in fact put something on here. I put a parametric EQ. I put a reverb. I put a delay. And oh, actually, I don't think I used that delay because it's muted. And I put a fruity stereo shaper just to widen it. So without everything versus with everything. Actually, can't really tell a difference. I won't lie, if sometimes you add effects and there's not really much of a difference, or you can't really hear much of a difference, but it's still doing a difference, okay? We've got some bells over here, I think, that I can see. So just another little counter melody there that leads into the next part of the song, kind of like for anticipation before the beat drops again, like if I play it all together. Yep. And then let's move on to the drums. There's like 4 little counter melodies, but they all come in at different times, really and truly. So okay, onto the drums. The first thing we've got is the snare. You can see I've varied the velocity here, but as well as adding little notes in between. You know, my favorite thing that I like to do just to add some more body is put the echo on a little bit and pan it so there's some extra bounce in the hi-hats. After the hi-hats, you've got this snare. Sounds like this. Maximum velocity down here so that they really hit as well. After that, we've got the kick. That kick is banging. Also maximum velocity so it really hits. And also for your kick and maybe your snare, you want to put some effects on it to make it really bang. So EQ it, EQ the low end. So I EQ'd boosted here because I thought that's where a lot of the knock was, and here because I felt like that was a lot of another bassy sound that I could really hear over there. And then some of boosted here by a little bit, and then also add soft clipper to the max. Well, it's actually not to the max. We've got the 808. And I added a lot to this 808. I added a parametric EQ, boosted up here and all the way throughout, just so that you can hear the tone of the 808. Like the bass is more down here and then the tone is a bit more in the higher frequencies, so you want to make sure you kind of boost as you go along. And then fruity, then I added an overdrive just for more presence, and a sound goodizer also just to make it like stand out a bit more in the beat, a soft clipper just to add that, and then a stereo shapener to widen the 808 sound. And let me play you with it without anything. Very, very weak. Whereas with, that is gonna shake the room. Yeah. So that's it for the 808. As for effects, I've put a filter here at the beginning. I've put a fruity filter here, and I believe I used the preset Party Next Door, and I just gradually, just to give it that sound of the music coming in from like a party next door in it. But we've got some vocal effects that sound like this, and there's a little delay that kind of drags it throughout the beat, so when you hear it all together, yeah, I feel like that echo really just, delay really just gives it something. So parametric EQ, you know, reverb, bit of delay, and a stereo shapener to widen it. And without all of that, versus with all of that, yeah, if you're on headphones, you can definitely tell the difference in the wideness of that sound. Yeah, and I just chopped it up a little bit. Let me just play you what the whole sounds actually sounds like. And yeah, and if you want to hear it with a little bit of vocals as well, if a rapper, I did a little crash, what do you call it? Anyways, I basically mixed in Mizormac, however you say it, drill rapper from the UK, basically mixed in his vocals with this beat, and sounds like this.
Tell him I'm Harlem, Harlem only, Kennet and baby, star in the hood, we glow. AD do snow and Bisky do green like Rove. Starter, we push things in smoke. Love, nah, we ain't giving no hold. I ain't Romeo and now hold. Baking a party, chocolate Barbie, waiting on me for yo. In the back is Joe, I'm riding shotgun, the driver's unknown. 2 wheels, 2 men, 1 skank, compared, let's see who gets home.
Yep. So I actually experimented with a few vocals. I used also Bandokay's vocals, and I also used Central C's vocals, but Mizormac's vocals fit the best. But I'll let you hear the other ones.
She don't know what's goody. Shorty love wear my hoodie. Nose on feet, can't cheat, how could she? Give her the Oaks verse, tune a boogie. Bando ain't here for the cookie. She'll rule one, she ain't got no rookie. I'm a bad man, I ain't got no rookie. Shoot no footy, come here, pussy. Sweet little thing, my little marsh. Knows we ain't going on dates in North. Arguments getting back and forth. Do you love me? Shorty said course.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and then Central C as well.
Put in the work for years for this ain't no coincidence. I did have to take them trips. Shit, they talking shit in it.
But yeah, basically Mizormac's one fitted the beat the best. If you guys also want a tutorial, my bad, I dropped something on how to mix vocals, or like you want to hear different rappers' vocals on your beats, or you want to do a little like, what do they call this, like a remix? People like to do this a lot on TikTok, like remix rappers' vocals onto different beats, onto different genres. You know, if you want a tutorial on that, how to isolate vocals, where to find isolated vocals, get them on your track, put them on your track and have it sound clean and good, I can do that for you. This is not even properly mixed in. Like I literally, really and truly, I should have exported the beat and then put the vocals on, but this was just a quick thing. Like, it wasn't anything, you know, it wasn't anything serious, but I can show you like how I just got this one here, made it sound relatively good and relatively a clean mix for something that's not even been properly mixed and mastered, if you know what I mean. I hope you lot enjoyed this tutorial, this little beat breakdown. Catch you lot in the next one.
Blood drip off the dip, it's a splash thing when we grip. It's Harlem bitch, Spartans looking all Harlem-ish. HS guards and strips, splash.